All right, welcome back, friends. We're beginning with a breaking coming in from Bengaluru, where a massive Bengaluru Chalo protest is happening at the Freedom Park against the Congress government's unscientifically classifying scheduled caste reservations and thus doing injustice to the Banjara, Bhovi, Koracha and Korava communities, according to these protesters. These pictures are coming in from outside Vidhan Sauda, and these protests took place a while back, and these are very angry protesters. These are people who are concerned that the reservation classification being brought in by the Karnataka government, led by the Congress party or helmed by Congress, is doing injustice to some communities, including those of Banjara, Bhovi, Koracha and Korava. All right, we have Abhishek, our correspondent from Bengaluru, joining us over the phone for more on this. Abhishek, what is this classification? Is this OBC classification, scheduled caste classification, or a further classification of these communities? And why these very violent looking protests, very passionate protests happening there? Is the government responding to these protesters?
Well, with respect to the reservation that happened in the last couple of days, the government had announced that they would be giving justice to all the caste which is prevailing in the state of Karnataka. And at this point of time, the ST and the ST tribes, including 63 Bhovi, Banjara and other communities of Banjara sub-communities of Banjara community from all over Karnataka have assembled in front of Freedom Park to mention the government that there is a severe injustice in the reservation system which has been announced by the government of Karnataka, and they are demanding that the reservation has to be increased from 5% to 7% immediately. At this point of time, B.Y. Vijayendra, the state president of BJP, along with P. Rajiv, who is also a Banjara leader from the BJP community, from the BJP party, also joined the protest. And also at this point of time, the thousands of people who had assembled in Freedom Park tried to march towards Vidhana Sauda, and then the police had to stop them midway, and they demanded that Chief Minister Siddaramaiah visit the Freedom Park immediately to take the request. However, Siddaramaiah's government had sent Minister Ramlinga Reddy to receive the request from the community people who were continuing with the protest, and the protesters have given 1 week's time to the government, stating that if at all the justice isn't done towards the reservation, they will move.
Okay, I think we lost the line there with Abhishek. He was explaining how this has got politicized also. Many of these protesters are BJP leaders from the respective communities. In fact, he filed the ground report earlier from the protest side. Let's have a look. Okay, some audio issue there. Abhishek bringing us that ground report from Bengaluru in Karnataka, where community members... Okay, we got the audio now. Let's listen to Abhishek.
Park, where it is clearly mentioned that 63 castes have been identified and they haven't been given justice, is what the banner says. As of now, thousands of people from across Karnataka have assembled. On the other hand, there is a continued speech against the government which is being happening since the inception of the protest. On the other hand, we are also witnessing thousands of police who have been placed in and around Freedom Park to make sure that the situation remains under the control. Thousands of people who belong to Bhovi, Banjara and various other communities have assembled in Freedom Park to show their anger against the government in the reservation. They also have set up various other LED walls so that people can easily have a look at the leaders making their speeches. On the other hand, the people who are on the stage, the protesters are demanding that CM Siddaramaiah reconsiders the decision of reservation, because they claim that the reservation hasn't been made scientifically, and the communities, the Banjara and the various other communities which belong to Bhovi and 63 sub-castes haven't been given justice is what they have claimed as of now. They also mentioned that Banjara, Bhovi, Koracha and Korava sub-caste should be given reservation of up to 7% instead of 5%. So we will also have to see how this protest continues for the next couple of days. They also are demanding that someone from the government, minister from the government, will have to represent in person in front of the Freedom Park, and that is only at that point of time is only when the protest will be taken back. This is Abhishek BV reporting from Bengaluru with video journalist Manjunath for Republic.